Hello, it's me, Jess. Welcome to my channel. And today we are doing the soul focus reading for April 2021. And this is just a reading that hopefully we can pick up on just some things that your soul is trying to learn through the external happenings of your life in the month of April. So I do have 3 piles here, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I'll put the picture up if you would like to look at that. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay, pile number 1. What is your soul focus for the month of April? Okay, so I'm hearing Johnny Cash, Walk the Line. So maybe there's maybe you want to listen to that song. I don't know. Halsey did a remake of that, but I'm just getting this Walk the Line kind of balance sort of imagery. But there's a real theme here of balance, but it's like balance by way of imbalance, if you know what I'm saying. So like say you're filling up a bath, which I feel like you should do, but say you're filling up the bath and you want it to be just the right temperature, right? So if the bath is a little more cold, then you're going to turn it to hot in order to balance it out. That's what I mean by balance by way of imbalance, where it's medicinal. You're injecting one of the extreme energies into it in order to get to your perfect balance, to get to your perfect temperature. That's what your soul is trying to do in the month of April. It's trying to get to its balance, because I feel like in the past you guys have really been going through it. Maybe some of you have been going through a dark night of the soul, and you've really been reaching, I feel like you have been trying to bloom in something. Pile number 1. And in order to do that, you were in this King of Swords energy here in the past, which is very logical. The King of Swords is often like a very highly educated professional. So maybe some of you were working with a professional in some way, like a therapist or a doctor or something like that, in order to make certain decisions in your life, in order to figure out what things you needed to cut out. And I feel like you were very protective of your boundaries, and you really did need to be in this space. And the King of Swords is a really logical energy, for good reason, knows how to use that logic in order to keep the justice. I love to call the King of Swords the keeper of justice. So yeah, you were trying to keep the balance in that way with this King of Swords energy here in the past. But you were also, there's a survivor energy to this pile here in the past, where you survived some kind of chaos, I feel like, that was coming into your life, and it made you smart. Some of you guys, you were reading books, you were learning things, you were learning words and jargon and things like that for whatever it was that you've been through, so that you could investigate more, and you needed to be in that energy. But you're still in this whatever process you began, and I feel like this could have been happening since the beginning of the year, honestly. But whatever process you began with this, you're still in it, and it feels like April is like the final push. And it really does. You're switching from the swords energy over into the water energy in order to maintain some kind of balance. And especially with this hawthorn energy here, the sacred, because the hawthorn trees are often associated with the fairies and the fairy realm. It's considered like this is the hedge witch oracle. This is like very hedge witch, which is, the line between what is chaos and what is logical. So there's something about walking the line, admitting to yourself what you can make sense of, what you know for sure, what is logical, what you understand with your logical mind, and what you don't with the Queen of Cups, what is more intuition, what you feel. Your intuition is going to be heightened in the month of April around whatever issue this is, because of the clearing out that you have done. So this is like your soul is saying that whatever goes on in April, especially internally, and I'm hearing in your own home and in your own body, in your own vessel, in your own home, is going to be really important for this like retrospection energy. And that's being echoed here with this Magician. There's a lot of dual energy that's going on. Okay, so for a lot of you, I'm really getting that spring cleaning vibe, where it's like if you go into spring cleaning mode and tend to your space, it's really going to help your soul like kind of achieve that balance. I'm really just getting a huge clearing out, like using your sage and all that, but it's not just about clearing things out, because yes, but it's about, also bringing things in, maybe flowers and things like that. A lot of witchy people have plants around their house, so they know when the energy is kind of starting to turn, if anybody's sending you the evil eye or anything. April is about kind of lying in wait and watching, but I also feel like for a lot of you, this is going to be a busy month. Like I'm hearing kind of in like a lion, out like a lamb, that whole thing. Like April's going to come in like a lion for a lot of you, because I'm seeing somebody kind of trying to keep their head above water in a wave pool. So I feel like you could experience like just kind of these waves where you get a really strong push. And that is being emphasized to me with this Aries Libra axis of self and others. You guys might have a lot of responsibilities when it comes to other people, because you guys could start getting some recognition for whatever this is that you've been working on and building yourself. This pile feels like it has momentum. Like you're coming into April with momentum is what it feels like for this soul focus reading. And so it's telling you to ride that out. You don't have to do anything. Even if you just kind of stop and let whatever that momentum is that you've been building, even if you just let it kind of carry you through. Some of you guys, maybe there you have a sense of injustice here, but there's something that you've been working towards. Like, don't say anything. I don't know. I don't know why I want to say this, but if somebody comes at you with like accusations, I'm really like, be like the palace and keep mum. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's something about that, at least for the month of April. And also, with your advice here is actually to throw yourself into some kind of responsibilities, because it's not going to be like this forever. That's what I'm saying, is like, you guys could start getting some kind of recognition. And if you have been down and out on a job and you've been waiting for your job to pick up in clients, if you have been out of work and you've been applying for jobs, I feel like at the beginning of May, you probably are going to see a turnaround in that. And so April, again, it's all about balancing out your energies, because I feel like something's coming in. I honestly, like, it feels like at the beginning of May, it doesn't feel bad. It doesn't feel nefarious at all, but it's probably going to be a demand on your time. And with the Emperor and the Devil card here, I feel like it's got to do with business in some way. And your responsibilities. But I love this because the Emperor card is what is coming out of all this. And I'm just hearing you reap what you sow. This really feels like April, it's kind of the deep breath before you go underwater. Do you know what I mean? Where it's like, you've been manifesting this, it's coming. I feel like some of you who, especially a lot of you, you're getting more into your intuitive energy. You can feel it coming. It's coming. Like that wave is coming in. So your soul is trying to say in the month of April, focus on balance so that you're ready whenever that does come in. And it really is not focused on doing in the month of April. It's focused on being. I feel like, at least for yourself, because some of you, like I said, you have responsibilities in your relationships and your business. Some of you have like legal documents you have to be filling out for jobs, for clients, something like that. Focus on that. But then it's like telling you to balance it out with like yourself. Another thing that's coming through here is water. Like water is going to be a big deal. I get that a lot in my readings now, but drinking a lot of water and sweating. I don't know, like maybe you want to hit the sauna. Some of you have a sauna, or you want to take baths, like drink a lot of water. And sweat. With the Nectar card, it's like heavily associated with Amrit. And if you do a little yoga, you know, like that Amrit is it's like, it still has that reap what you sow kind of vibe, but it's like very associated with sweat. So sweating is really going to help balance out a lot of your emotions, balance out your energies, because you're in this Queen of Cups energy, and at least people are seeing you as that very intuitive, somebody who has a lot of really well balanced advice. But to me, she's looking very quiet. And there's something, you guys, about like tea, or like if you have a beverage that you like and it makes you feel like comfy and sweet, you know, like I'm just thinking about like herbal tea, and especially dandelion tea, because we're coming into the beginning of spring and there's like a strong solar plexus vibe here. And dandelion tea, it's got that yellow energy here, but it's also like really good for your liver. And I know the springtime, you're like, it's recommended you do a lot of liver care, eating a lot of foods that are good for your liver. I don't know. I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice. It's just something that's coming out. Some people are allergic to things, and so you should check with a medical professional, but that's something that's coming out. Even if you just have a little ritual where you like to, I don't know, sip your tea in the same spot every single morning. There's also something about fresh air, like nature, getting out into nature, going for a nature walk, trail hikes, things like that. Like I said, hawthorn is very much like I think they call it line striding, hedge witches will know. If you're a hedge witch, like I'm just a hedge witch wannabe, but if you really are a hedge witch, you'll know like line striding, where it's like it's on the fence of this world and that, what is sacred and what is mundane. And I feel like that's the line where you're kind of walking. There's something about your perspective in the month of April that your soul wants you to pay attention to, because you've been in this very logical mind and it was absolutely necessary, and by the way, absolutely spiritual. But because you did all that pruning, because you made all those hard decisions and you cut away a lot of nonsense, there's something where your intuition is going to be like heightened, or it's going to come in and it's going to be able to see something clearer. It's going to like, or you're going to be able to see the way spirit was always moving through that experience, even when it was hard, even when you were in that dark night of the soul. There's something where you're balancing out your energies and you're in more of a whole place. You're going to be in a stronger place, definitely by the end of April. Oh, and look, we've got Aries. So we're in Aries season right now. So, yeah, there's something about Aries season that's gonna, things are gonna turn. Things are gonna turn for you, like in the best way. And maybe you don't know that. Maybe you're like, I've been putting so much into this. When is whatever gonna happen? When am I gonna start to reap what I sow? It's coming. Like, it's definitely coming. You're headed over here to clarity. Yeah, you definitely are. So this situation down here with the Magician and the Six of Wands, I feel like this is you getting some kind of public recognition of your skills. And again, having this King of Swords energy in the past, I feel like you've been building this skill set, whether or not you know it. There is some kind of knowledge. Like, again, you could have just been, I feel like you were trying to deal with chaos, which the King of Swords is a great energy to try and deal with that chaotic energy, right? You're just coming in, you're being very clear, very logical, very no nonsense. Okay, make yourself known and judging them accordingly. I feel like you were kind of presiding over a court, the court of your life in some way. Because, yeah, I'm just getting little fairies kind of dancing over here. Fairies are agents of chaos, and the hawthorn tree is associated with fairies. So you were blocking that out here in the past. But not all of them are bad. You know, they have that reputation, and they certainly can be, but not all of them are bad. And that's what I feel like this Queen of Cups energy is. Like, you're going to be able to see with more discernment with whatever that is. But I feel like that's part of it, is you were building your skills as the Magician there in the past. And you have all the tools that you need to move forward. But there is it's like you're busy. You might even be getting some kind of public recognition, which is weird. But you're cloaked. It's telling you not, like, you don't have to engage with that energy. Just let it happen. Even if people start to throw stones at you for whatever reason, which I'm not really getting that they are going to, but whenever you have more attention, you're going to get more good and bad attention. But it's just telling you to, like, be like the palace and keep numb. Numb. I meant mum, but yeah, maybe numb with your emotions. The Queen of Cups is the only cups person, not in this deck, but in the Rider-Waite, who has a lid on her own cup where she only fills her own cup. So you're being very, like, your soul wants you to be very emotionally insular in the month of April. And trust that you have, like, you've been gaining some kind of tools. Well, your soul doesn't want you to work on that in the month of April. You know, your soul is just, I feel like, again, it's like you've built up momentum, and it's just saying, like, it's working. You don't have to do anything in the month of April, and the momentum that you build up is going to carry you through. And so instead of focusing on whatever that goal is specifically, you can focus on balancing out your energy, drinking a lot of water, working out, especially if there's like a spiritual way you want to work out, like doing yoga or doing Tai Chi, or whatever you deem spiritual. A lot of people think, they get those, they have like crazy mystical experiences when they run, whatever it is, weightlifting. If there's some kind of spiritual component to it, I feel like that you're being encouraged to do that in the month of April as well too. I'm seeing so many flowers. I'm just going to keep saying that. But yeah, so you could be, you're on your way to success, and I think people are seeing you as successful. You really want to be in this Queen of Rods energy. You're in a queenly energy. You're in the Queen of Cups. And so maybe you want to take some kind of action, but I really feel like it's telling you to sit on your heels and to deal with, like, at least publicly. I feel like one-on-one with a lot of people, or just for yourself, there's like a lot of back end work or like responsibilities. And it's saying, do those in April. It's not going to be forever. If you just focus on like doing the, like, work hard, play hard, if you focus on doing the hard work, and then, or if you just do it like you've been doing it, and then you focus heavily on your energetic self, that's what's going to bring you into the best balance for May, because something's coming in May. And it doesn't feel scary. I know this is the devil card. It doesn't feel scary to me. It just feels like there's going to be more restrictions on your time, especially in regards to a job or something. It feels like your year is about to really pick up, pile number one. And it feels like you've been working on this. And for some of you, there could be like some kind of temptation here. Yeah. Some kind of temptation. Maybe it's a materialistic kind of temptation, maybe to make like a big purchase or something. But that's what balancing out your energy, it's going to help you. It's going to help you. Capricorn is the bridge from heaven to earth. And the devil is ultimately a Capricorn card. And I feel like you could tap into that more beautiful side rather than having that energy flipped, right? Where you have the world triumphing over heaven, which is this upside down pentagram. Rather than that, you can actually flip this upright and you can deal with this in a really good way. Because there's something you're going to be really tempted by. Maybe you do need to like withstand that, or at least put it off. There's some kind of restriction that's going through. But and also there is something that I feel like might surprise you in May. Like, it might not surprise you what it is, but maybe like how soon it's coming. So I don't know. It could be something as simple as like, if you know that you don't have any like sandals or like shorts, for springtime or summertime, it might be good to get it in April, because then you're going to be ready for whenever it comes in May. And it might actually come pretty early on in May. Yeah. And some of you, you're really eager to be like very self-sovereign in a way. I feel like you are, but hold on. Look, we got the 4 of swords at the bottom of the deck, which is about like meditating, reflecting. There's a big reflection going on. Honestly, you guys, like April to me, for you guys, feels really happy and really satisfying, but it also feels really busy. And so I think maybe it's like what your soul is trying to say through this reading is that you can get lost in all of that because you do have so much going on. But if you take the time, get on a schedule with your water or something, set an alarm on your phone. And some of you guys, like maybe you were working with a professional and they gave you some kind of regimen or something to do, like set alarms on your phone for that, like to remember. Because you're going to feel out of balance in the month of April, but what your soul is saying is like that out of balanceness where you're leaning into your responsibilities and maybe where you have to put down the King of Swords energy that you've been in. It's actually what's bringing you into balance overall for what's to come. Trust is coming through. Trust that whatever it is that you've been waiting to bloom, it is going to bloom. I feel like it's going to bloom like end of April, early May. Okay, yeah, like this could be just a message. This could be an offer. This is something that's going to be sudden. And also you're going to have a breakthrough on some kind of toxic energy that was here. There's something here where you're going to see something more clearly. And I really am seeing like the fairies that mean you harm, the fairies that mean you good. So that's like some kind of energies. I feel like your intuition is being served very strongly by some kind of logical energy that you've been putting in. Something's going to like click in and make sense. Judgment. So you have to make a decision. I feel like you do. You're being called up. And for some of you, this is like an offer by a company or something. Like they've been watching you and they've been watching your career or something. And you're, like I said, you're gaining some kind of recognition and you're going to have to make some kind of a judgment call. Yeah, look at all this major arcana. Wheel of Fortune. This could change. Your fortune might change really drastically at the end, like for the better. I feel like for the better. But there feels like maybe there's some energy that's trying to take from you. What's the warning? Page of Swords. Somebody has been watching you. Somebody's been following you. And for a lot of you, I think this is work related, but maybe it's a player energy with the Knight of Rods. But the Knight of Rods is somebody who looks too good to be true. If it's too good to be true, pile number 1, it is too good to be true. That's why your soul is so adamant that you focus on balancing out your energies, because there's something coming that you need to be balanced in order to see it clearly. Yeah, the Ace of Swords is all about seeing truth and seeing clearly. And so I feel like you're going to have something come in and you're going to be able to see it clearly if you're in a more balanced energy. Because you have a lot going on in April, and I just feel like if you're tired and you're worn out and you're not tending to your body, then maybe your judgment's gonna be a little off, and you're gonna fall for the wrong kind of person, either in your personal life or professional life. But for most of you, this feels like professional. For some of you, this is someone that's coming in from your past and they're giving you some kind of an offer. They want to say that they're sorry, but this person, yeah, because they're seeing you as like, what on earth? They're seeing you as their dream partner. So why is it bad? Because there's something sneaky going on. Okay, so there is a sneaky energy coming into May. I really don't feel like, it feels small compared to you, pile number one. I gotta say, it feels small compared to your energy. I wouldn't stress out over this literally at all. Like I would just know it's coming, and I would just know that, like, you know, if you're feeling a little down, then maybe you would be more likely to succumb to whatever this is, because it's really attractive. I'm getting this all like, and it seems like it's everything that you want. And with the sun energy, there's a real sense that like something could take away the pain, you know, if you want to just sign over all of your assets to this managing company, something like that. It just feels, yeah, maybe this is like an offer for a business partnership or something. Look at this, King of Pentacles. But why does your soul want you on your toes? Queen of Pentacles, what is this? Okay, because maybe this person's vision isn't the same as yours. It wants you to protect yourself and to protect your boundaries. Okay, that's what it wants. Your soul is the it, by the way. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that to come out so disrespectful. Yeah, so just be alert. Eyes up, look alive, pile number one, towards the end of the month for sure. But really, I'm not even, your soul's not even worried about it. Your soul's not even sweating it, pile number one, even though it wants you to sweat. There's like a final purge of some kind of energy, and it's going to give you clarity of vision. I say this all the time. Well, I used to say this in my readings more, but my oldest prayer has been for clarity of vision. Because to me, if you can't see clearly, like you can't see the world clearly, then you can't make the right choices. And that's really what your soul's saying is this. And for some reason, your energy is involved in it. And it wants you to reflect on something from the past. The way that somebody treated you in the past, the way something worked out in the past. Maybe this person has like a sign, you know, like a tell when they're lying, and you're going to be able to pick up on that. Or you can see like, oh, this person's really motivated by whatever. I just said, why are they bothering you? And we got the Six of Swords. Because you're moving away. You're moving on to some kind of peace. And you're getting strong. And for some of you, you're getting some kind of public recognition. And this person wants to like have a part of it, I do think. Yeah, this person, okay, whatever this is, I think I'm just going to leave that there because I don't, it's going to be different for all of you, but it just feels like somebody is really seeing your progress, and maybe that person is selfishly motivated, and it's up to you. It really is, I feel like, up to you to decide whether or not you want to like engage with that. But I feel like what your soul's more concerned about is like you being responsible for the contract. Definitely, if there's a contract involved, read the contract. Get somebody's eyes on it that can make judgment calls. Don't let anyone rush you into any decisions. And if you're tired, then you just might be more subject to that energy. That's really what I'm getting. Okay, so let's see the energy that your soul wants you to move towards and then move away from. So what does pile number one soul want them to move towards for their well-being, and then to move away from? Oh boy. I just saw monk and nun. Wow. This whole month I've not been able to shuffle. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so I saw monk, I saw mother, and I saw queen. This is like highly feminine energy that we see coming through with the Queen of Cups and Queen of Rods. And I actually view all those energies, if you mix them up, it is kind of a blend of the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Rods. Almost think of yourself as a monk queen. You know, somebody who makes very sovereign decisions, who's very concerned with holism and the well-being of others, but with that monk energy, really being averse to the material world in some way, not being motivated by materialism and material things. Maybe there's something here about gossip. Maybe awakens consideration for the feelings of others and honoring trust is the energy to move towards. So, honoring trust. And maybe that's the toxic energy that you're aware of. Maybe that's what you're reflecting on, is like, maybe this person's not very honest. Maybe this person tells people secrets, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, and betrays people's confidences. Because maybe that's what your soul is saying, is like, this person is going to betray your confidence in some way. So either you shouldn't engage with whatever their offer is, or if you do, you have to write the contract so they don't have access to whatever you find to be private information when it comes to you. And also, I kind of am getting this to like keep your ear to the ground, like don't ignore things. Maybe that's why it's got you in this quiet energy. Oh yeah. Okay, so like this is a little sneaky. This is. But that's why it's saying to sit back. It wants you to watch. Your soul wants you to watch more than you're engaging, even though you want to. I feel like there's a part of you in the month of April. This has been a long reading, pal number one. There's a part of you that wants to roll up your sleeves and get involved and take some kind of action with this Queen of Rods energy. But your soul is telling you to sit back and watch, because something's going to unfold and something is going to become clear to you about a person's intentions energy. And especially in regards to if you've dealt with this person in the past, or if it's not this exact person, it's like a similar situation in your past when you're like, oh, I should have known better. You know, so-and-so is always talking about other people. So having your ear to the ground, you might, I'm not saying engage in gossip, but you might just overhear at the water cooler that a piece of information that if your energy hadn't been balanced, if you hadn't been quiet, if you'd been in your mind stressing out about your life, you wouldn't have heard it. And you're going to hear that information and something's going to click in, a truth about a toxic person or situation. And that's going to change your fortune for the better, pile number one. And then it's telling you to move away from this angel energy. And I'm kind of getting like this sweetie energy. I mean, I'm going to read the attributes, but like filing down your teeth, having no teeth, like feeling like you need to be like super sweet or super nice because somebody might be like trying to get something out of you, pile number one. Oh my gosh, I really am getting it's lean away from helping those in need with no expectation of return, because there could be a contract here, pile number one, and it could be business related. And it's like, no, you don't work for free. Like this is a contract. It needs to work for everyone, you know? So it really wants you to stand up for yourself, stand up for your needs. Look, we've got Goddess at the bottom. Okay, I just want to pull, this has been a very interesting pile, so I just want to pull two more for what to lean towards and away from. I keep hearing, there's something about Chris Brown, I'm trying to get at ya, sitting on chromes, and I'm trying to get at ya. Somebody might like try to impress you. They might be, which again, with reading people's energy, getting more in your emotional energy. If you were to be, you've been in logical energy, it's very much served you. You're switching over to intuitive energy, because if you were in logical energy, you would think that maybe this kind of sounds good, but it's telling you to feel it out. Because somebody's like trying to send out all the right signals, but you'll feel that something's off if your energy's clear. Does that make sense? Somebody's trying to get at you. Okay, so what to lean into, Virgin, maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. You guys, it's telling you to play the game a little. That's what it's telling you, in order to look out for your best interest and to protect what is sacred to you and what is important to you. It's saying that because it's interesting to have that contrast with angel as to what you're leaning away from. So you should expect something in return is what it's saying. And it's okay to maintain symbolic purity of heart and spirit and then listen and watch what somebody does with that. because you're going to see something, pile number one, I'm telling you. Okay, so with this beggar energy, with what to lean away from, you're not a beggar in this situation. You're not a pauper. If your energy is low, then you might feel that way, even though you're not. But spirit is saying, and your soul is saying, you are not a beggar. You are not a pauper. For a lot of you, you're an entrepreneur. And like, you're going to really bloom and blossom. Your business is getting ready to take off, if that's what this is, or your creative project or your idea, something like that. Dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. Even if someone's like, let me take all of this off of your plate. No, I like this on my plate. I find it sacred. It's what's sacred to me, you know? Confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. Really, it's telling you not to exist on the physical survival level, to think beyond that, because you're not on that level. And somebody might try to make you feel like you are in order to take advantage of you. This is a very specific situation, pile number one, starting to feel like that. But look, King, enlightened, benevolent leadership befitting those in your charge. Okay, so like, that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. And I'm hearing you reap what you sow. And there's something here where you are really going to grow in your spirituality in the month of April, definitely into May. So the big focus here is just to be chill, you know, at nighttime, like have your responsibilities, go work hard, play hard, go hard during the day with your responsibilities to other people, and then tend to yourself in the night, you know? I'm hearing, I think it was Nelly Furtado, in the day, in the night, say it all, say it right. So yeah, I feel like somebody's going to try to smooth talk you. They're going to try to say something exactly right, but you're the magician. You're very self-focused. That's what you want, pile number one as well too, is you want to be self-directed. You want to be self-focused. So if it's an offer that's too good to be true, pile number one, then it's an offer that's too good to be true. And if someone tries to rush you, bye. Because that is a manipulation tactic. Also, maybe some of you, if you feel like this is a negotiation, talk to a lawyer, but also maybe you want to look into like common negotiation tactics and strategies that people try to use in order to sway your judgment, you know, because that's kind of what there's somebody's trying to sway your judgment by making some kind of big promises of fortune. I know it's a very specific situation, but at the very least, there could be something that's very, I don't know, it feels like someone's going to try to solve a problem for you. And that can be on scale, like whatever scale that is. And like I said, it just does not feel like your soul is even worried about it. It's just saying you're going to be fine if you're in the right energetic space. So that's what I have for you guys, pile number one. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm so curious about this, if you know what kind of situation this could be, because it looks like maybe you had lawyers involved in whatever this is in the past, because you were really trying to protect your space, and then maybe somebody's coming back at it or something. I don't know. This feels like maybe somebody's trying to buy your business or like something. So anyways, that's what I have for you guys. Don't rush it. And yeah, that's all. If that resonated, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye guys. Okay, pile number 2. What is your soul focus for the month of April? Okay, so let me just get this very specific situation out here. Although even when I'm talking about that specific situation, you can kind of take it as a metaphor too and see if it resonates. But and then we'll move on. But some of you guys are having a baby. Somebody's pregnant here, and for some of you guys, there could be like a side chick situation involved, like either you are somebody's side chick and you got pregnant, or you got a side chick pregnant, or it could just be a side chick to like your job, to your life. To it feels like this derailed your life a little bit. And there's a really big decision. And what's crazy is like you're looking like everything's okay. Look at all these major arcanas. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcanas. But still, they're like all right here in the middle. And I'm telling you, we've been having this happen a lot lately. So this feels like a really big kind of situation. And some of you guys, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like we have the 10 of Pentacles down here, the 5 of Swords. I mean, it just feels like there's a sense of regret, a strong sense of loss. And it could have to do with a family situation and some kind of responsibilities. Some of you guys, like you just want to pack up and run away. That's really the feeling. I feel like you're feeling really sleepy during the month of April, maybe because you're pregnant. But you've been really strong here in the past, and maybe you have some kind of public role, which is what's coming out of here. And you know what? This is the energy of Purva Falguni, which I was getting in another reading. But this is the energy of Purva Falguni, and that its Shakti power is procreation, and it deals heavily with marriage and children. So just abundance and creativity and those kinds of things. So some of you guys are feeling really isolated in this situation, and that's what your soul wants to tell you to focus on during the month of April, is to get some kind of advice, to reach out for help. Because a lot of you, like, I feel like you're trying to push this away. You're trying to not acknowledge it, but it's saying like reach out to somebody that you trust for some kind of help, because you have a long journey ahead of you. Regardless, it feels like regardless of what you're choosing, there seems like there is there's something that's really built up over time, and there's some kind of darkness under it. What is that? From childhood, 6 of Cups, children, something from the past. Maybe this is child support. Some of you like could be finding out that you had a kid with someone else. There's something here about children and money and like a painful ending or betrayal in some way. But there's also a sense of coming out of isolation with this group. So even if you're not like actually expecting, although, definitely make sure that you're keeping up. If you don't want to get pregnant in the month of April, definitely make sure you're keeping up on all of your contraceptives and things like that. But it feels like there's something here like that you could be, there's a decision that needs to be made. And it feels like you coming out of some kind of shell, some kind of isolation, making something known. You're showing up. What's wild to me is you're showing up as very confident and in very strong, independent energy. You're showing up as somebody with clarity, somebody healing, somebody free. Honestly, somebody free. But then beneath the surface, you are so confused. You have this really difficult decision to make. You're feeling stuck. Something keeps badgering at you, pile number 2. And your soul, I feel like, is trying to tell you to deal with it and to reach out to somebody who can give you some kind of help. Even if it's a therapist, somebody who you have the protections of HIPAA here in the United States, or some kind of patient-client, privilege where like somebody cannot tell someone else what's going on with you. That kind of thing. Because I feel like you're ready to step out into the spotlight. And I do see you doing that in the month of April. Like something becomes clear. You finally decide on something. You're really ready to move forward. With the Ace of Wands here, it's telling you to consider the possibilities. So definitely like weighing your options and things like that. Also, it is telling you to like sleep and get some kind of meditation, but also some kind of help. And there is also like there's something public about this pile where it's like, because it's telling you that. It's telling you to consider the possibilities, consider all of your options. And I think it's wanting you to take some kind of action in the material world, because for too long, whatever this is has been kind of sitting in your head. And again, this doesn't have to be a decision about an actual physical child. This could be some kind of project that you've wanted to start, a way that some kind of creative endeavor, something that's going to put you up in the spotlight. For a lot of you, you are in the spotlight and people are recognizing you for your career. But then there's a sense of loss with the Five of Pentacles. We have 2 5s, which is, it's conflict and loss. And you're showing up as the 5 of Swords. I feel like you're really having something plague your mental space in the month of April. And I think you know what it is, pile number 2. And it has to do with like family and tradition and possibly a business, something like that. I'm going to pull more cards, but I do feel like by the end of the month, it feels like you get a weight off of your chest in some way. You get some kind of clarity. You do make some kind of decision, and you're moving forward really strongly with the Chariot. I love the Chariot card because it's all about moving forward with a sense of values. Like you're living your values in some way. And I feel like you're steadily moving forward, even though it's like, I feel like you just want to tuck yourself away and hide with the 4 of Swords. Because whatever this is feels really big, pile number 2. So I feel like your sole focus is saying like not to ignore this issue, to really deal with it and to reach out for help and make this decision with someone if you can. So let's just see. And some of you, like, you're considering your responsibilities. There's something about responsibilities coming through as well. Okay, so I just want to clarify some of this stuff. Okay. I didn't even ask anything, but I kind of want to see what this one is flipped over. Ten of Wands. Six of Cups. I'm really getting like somebody could have stepped out like on a relationship or something and gotten pregnant, or like even if it's not stepping out on a relationship, it's like stepping out on your life plan or something. Something that goes contrary to like your self-image, your public image, something like that. I want to clarify a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you. Sorry, pile number 2. I'm getting such a specific message. Some of you are thinking about leaving a marriage or a relationship. Or a business, something big, something really, really big. A marriage. I'm really getting you're making a decision on a marriage. This is what this is feeling like. There's like a loss of joy, a loss of family, a loss of that stability. You've got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. This is more and more feeling like that this is something big that you built up for a while. Yeah, you're wanting some kind of guidance. So there's something on the career front that I feel like it's telling you to consider. Like, what if you went into business on your own? What if you scaled back? That kind of thing. Tower moment. There's something here that you're considering revealing, pile number 2, that feels like a really big tower moment. And it feels like even once you reveal it, maybe you'll feel like you have a weight off your chest, because I feel like honestly, what your soul is saying is like your internal thoughts are killing you. Like it's making it so much worse. It wants you to reach out for some kind of guidance. Get this out, air this out into the light of day in whatever way you feel like you can. You know, don't go into full on self-sabotage mode. That's why I think it wants you to work with a therapist, work with a doctor, something. Work with someone who is like a professional and is not going to be telling your business all over town. Somebody who can help get you clarity, somebody who can support you, and make sure that you don't go into self-sabotage mode, but still take the actions that you need to take. That's what I'm really getting. Yeah, because there's something here you've been keeping close to your chest for a while in order to preserve some kind of image of yourself, some kind of perfect image of yourself, because you haven't been ready. Like it feels like you haven't been ready to make this decision. It's like, because there's no right decision is what your soul's really trying to say. There's no right decision. It is what it is. We have a tower moment coming up. That's what it's saying. Because you've got the Death card coming out. This is a big rebirth. And the Death card to me always has the sense of clinging. So your soul's saying you're clinging to this sense of anonymity about this side to yourself. But you're going to feel so much better whenever you do this. And I feel like you're going to find your people and you are going to have some kind of support with the 3 of Cups. Although the 3 of Cups can be a third-party situation. And I'm really getting that. And I'm getting that because juniper is often put in side dishes. And so even if it's not like I'm that side chick scenario, it's like a side dish to your life, you know, but it's very potent. Juniper has a very potent flavor. It just feels like there's something that was on the side of your plate and it wasn't the main dish, but then it's like kind of growing, and it feels like somebody has built their house on sand here in a way, is really what I'm getting, because there's something to all of this shadow below the mountain here. Where the mountain looks so strong and so secure, but like it's something here, and it's something from childhood, it's something from the past. This feels like a secret that's like come up from the past, you know, maybe, you know, like you found out that you had a child somewhere, or something on par with that. Something that you didn't know, and then it just like grew. But it feels like it also has to do with family. I want to know what this is. Oh my gosh, we have... Oh, look at all these threes. Oh my gosh, there's a choice here. And your soul just wants you to choose. It's saying like there's pros and cons to each one. It just really wants you to choose, because then you're going to like find your tribe. You're going to find your people. You're going to know who like vibes with you and who doesn't. And then you're going to have things like really opening up to you. There's something with children. And possibly an apology. Yeah, somebody was sneaking around here. I know this is such a specific example, but even if it's not a child, it's something like a project, it's a work situation, it's something creative, it's something like that. For some of you, you want to quit a job that's like very stable in order to do to do theater or something like that, you know, because this is a strong like artist vibe too. But you would have to go ahead and like step out of the structure and the stability of like whatever job that you've built, but it was never what you wanted to do anyways, if it's that situation, you know. Yeah, maybe there's something you do on the side, that side dish thing. There's something that you do on the side that that you want to make your main thing now, because it looks like you've been really successful, and you're seen as such a success. Maybe I feel like nobody knows that you're dealing with this. Two of Cups. Oh my goodness, I keep getting the same messages, but even if it's not the whole child thing, this is integrating two sides to yourself, your shadow side and your light side. Even if it is the baby thing, you know, it's like there's something here about making a certain side to you known. And possibly walking away from something. There's a side to you that's very responsible, very loving, very giving. There's a side to you that is more impulsive, that wants to just run away from all of it, kick it over, and let the chips fall where they may. So the advice is the Ace of Wands, because this is traditionally a yes card. So is the Sun. So you have a lot of yeses going on here. To go after your dreams with the Knight of Cups. And I feel like whatever this is, it's like you've wanted this for so long. And the Ace of Wands specifically, it can be like taking whatever steps into the material world. The Nine of Pentacles is about being successful in the material world, but maybe not so much worrying about love. So we've got a lot of different variables going on here. But it's just so mixed in with like loss. I feel maybe even shame, because there's a reason you're trying to stay tucked in this mountain. You're definitely being guided to pray and ask for guidance, and then try to spend some time alone, try to spend some time in quiet and listening. And then even like getting some kind of professional help is what's going on here too. Or if you do have like a priest or somebody who can help you make a decision. Because you want a new beginning. So whatever this is, it feels like there's a new beginning that's waiting for you, but it's on the other side of this big, big decision. And I'm hearing Carrie Underwood starts with goodbye. I've been hearing that all year. So some of you have been putting this off for a while. It feels like April has been a month of reckoning, where it's like things, energies that you've been working with for the first part of the year, they're demanding your focus here. So I feel like I'm not going to get any more clarity on that, other than there's something you've been keeping really, really close to your chest. And you're trying to seem like everything's fine and it's working. People think that you don't really have any problems, that you're killing it, honestly. But there is kind of a sense of freedom, and people are seeing you in a very independent energy, maybe even very career focused. But for some of you, it's like there is something more creative in your career that you want to do. And with that Purva Falguni energy coming through, I mean, it's really creative. That's a really, really creative energy. Okay. I don't know what I did with the ace, but I want to get what energies you can lean into. What does your soul want you to lean towards? What does your soul want you to lean away from? For some of this is fatherhood. Or just parenthood, but the sun's like a patriarch. Okay, so what should pile number 2, what does their soul want them to lean towards and away from? Definitely like invigorating, because I feel like maybe you've been trying to have this situation be dormant in a way, but definitely wants you to engage with it. It feels like you had your feet in 2 different worlds here in the past, and you were able to kind of make that work, but now you're being asked to like decide or declare. Okay, so what it wants you to lean towards is this rebel energy. Some of you really want to shake something up, right? Challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. And we also had the Hierophant that came out here with the 2 of Swords. So if there's something about your life, your soul is trying to tell you that you've outgrown it in some way. It's not serving your inner needs. It's okay to reject something that's not serving your inner needs, and to be very independent and to break free of something. So for some of you guys, this is like, just breaking free of something, rebelling against something that felt too restricting for you. So what to lean away from is the Samaritan energy, exacting appreciation and recognition for the help you offer, or refining your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So maybe it's, like you don't have to help everyone. Then we've got Mystic coming out here. Let's get more. What to lean towards, what to lean away from. You're not to negotiate your needs with what other people want. That's what this is saying. Think about what you want. Think about the possibilities. Think about you, pile number 2. That's what your soul wants you to do. And I feel like that's why it is encouraging you to talk to someone like a therapist, that is your own personal therapist, that is there to look out for you and to help you sort out your inner turmoil, because you need someone who can help you advocate for you. That's really what I'm getting. Because some of you, it's like, okay, that's what it is. It's like there's like a rigid idea that's getting in your way. That's trying to impact the way that you're making whatever decision this is, whether this is about a job, a baby, whatever it is. Rejecting, your soul is saying it's okay to reject spiritual systems that do not serve your inner needs. Okay, because you have a dream, pile number 2, and that's really what your soul's actually wanting you to make this decision and against, is where you want to go with your life. You are driven, pile number 2. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. you like, that's kind of what this is about. And I feel like some of you, like, you have some kind of stability or success in your past that you can lean on. But with this visionary and rebel energy, this is strong Aquarius. Some of you might have North Node in Aquarius, which is interesting because that stands opposite all this Leo energy. So it's like you've been in this Leo energy, but all you really want to do is be an Aquarius. Let your freak flag fly. Just declare that, you know, you are different. You are, because some of you, it's like it's not like you're just a part of a system that doesn't serve your inner needs anymore. You're like the patriarch of it, the matriarch of it. You're somebody who is like a steward of it in some way. So this feels like a coming out of the closet moment, pile number 2, in one way or another, where like you're making your real self known. And people, that's what's coming through too. It's like people are gonna love you for that, or they're gonna hate you for that. But either way, you're gonna find your tribe. We had the 3 of Cups come out, and that was the Coven card. That I like to call that the Coven card. It's finding your people that really want to support you, that you have a lot in common with, and that encourage you to be your best self. And for some of you, it's like there's some kind of travel, there's some kind of expansion that you want to do. You want to put yourself out there in a way that you haven't put yourself out there before. Pile number 2. That's really what I'm getting. And I think your soul is here for it. So yeah, what to lean away from: mediator, gift for negotiating fairness and strategy for personal and professional life, respect for both sides of an argument. When it comes to you, this is why the sun debilitates in Libra. And this is the energy that I feel like that's the part of Leo and that sun energy that you want to lean into. The sun debilitates in Libra because Libra does always try to negotiate. It always asks, like, you know, where can the compromise happen? But that sun energy, who you are, your soul, your self-expression, that's what your soul focus is. Your soul is saying, look, you've been keeping this sun energy. It looks like there's literally a sun inside this mountain. You've been keeping the sun energy in there. It can't be in there for long. Where you negotiate is not with your soul. It's not with yourself. It's not with your expression. That's not the place to negotiate. Negotiate in your Venus. Negotiate in your Mercury. Don't negotiate your sun. It's non-negotiable. That's what your soul's saying. Come on out. Come on out. If this really is a coming out of the closet moment, honestly, or if like there are some situations with, like, you know, if you're having a baby, you know, make sure that you're safe. Maybe that's also why it's asking you to ask for help, in some way. Negotiating with an ulterior motive or hidden agenda, either personally or professionally. If this is some kind of a divorce situation, please be careful. Like, the person that you're dealing with could be negotiating with an ulterior motive, and it's just telling you, yeah, vampire. Somebody wants to, like, suck you dry of your juicy sun energy. And for some of you, it's money, because some of you are very successful in something. So what should you do instead? Femme fatale. Highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. It's telling you to reject some kind of dependency. Inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. And then student. So maybe there's something that you could learn. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. That would help you. I think it's telling you, like, somebody might try to control you with sex here. Why? I just said why. Damsel. Waiting for a knight to provide for you, seduction by romantic illusion. Yeah. Some of you, maybe somebody tried to get pregnant or something. And if it's you, it's telling you, like, not to do that. Like, not to try to get pregnant to get someone, like, to, like, provide for you. Addict. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. So there's some kind of, like, maybe addiction cycle that, and it can be to love. Maybe this is like a love addict or something, that's keeping you trapped into whatever loop this is. But your soul wants you to break out of this and break free and heal from this. And some of you look like you're healing from this in the future. Companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Betrayal by misusing confidences, loss of personal identity. Some of you guys have had a loss of personal identity, but people are seeing, that's what this is. They're seeing your personal identity come back to you. Pile number 2. You're stepping out of the you closet in whatever way, even though you want to stay tucked in there with the Four of Swords. And there can be a loss of like, this is like an ego death is what I'm getting at, because it's a loss of personal identity, but it's like the identity that you were clinging to. I feel like this message, there's a lot of like ways that this could come about, but some of you guys, like, you're outright with a bad person who has been giving you bad information. Right? Like, and you might have an inability to defend yourself against negative forces, but it's telling you to just do whatever this is with innocence and purity. And with the prayer energy here, you have a special connection with the divine. The divine is trying to say, I'm here to look out for you. It's not a guaranteed smooth sailing ride, but I'm here. And then this mentor energy, inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false instruction. And we had that learning card, dedication to lifelong learning. So let me just see. I'm not satisfied with this just yet. What is pile number 2's soul focus? Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. That's a big theme. That's your soul focus. Pile number 2 is resisting and releasing any guilt, and releasing things that no longer assist in your soul's growth. Some of you have really been through it. You've been trying to hold strong here in the past. You've been trying to preserve some kind of public image. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness, but in order to do that, you've got to let go. Pride. Some of you, this is LGBTQ stuff. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. Advice. Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. There you have it, pile number 2. Your soul wants you to be honest with yourself and with other people. This is, as far as your soul is concerned, this is just about strategy. It's just about strategy and timing. It's always going to feel uncomfortable. It has to happen sometime, whatever this is, according to your soul, where you've got to declare yourself and make yourself known in some kind of way. And it wants you to get the help that you need in order to do that. And for a lot of you, that's through spirit, loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. And then grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. There's a lot of grief going on here. There's something that you've got to let go of. Carrie Underwood starts with goodbye. Let go of some things I've loved to get to the other side. I guess it's going to break me down. You know, I love that song so much because she's like, I guess it's going to have to hurt. I guess I'm going to have to cry. And let go of some things I've loved to get to the other side. For some of you guys, this is big. This is like family. It's like maybe you feel that you're risking being an outcast to your family, to a religion, to your hometown in some kind of a way. I do feel like some of you guys are moving forward. You could move away. There could be an opportunity that you're going towards. Because I just said, like, well, how can you ensure safety for yourself? Like, when it comes to this, gratitude. I'm thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. And then we have, I know I cannot change the past, with regret. Some of you guys really do wish that you could change the past in some way. But your soul wants you to focus on your own growth and on moving forward. And that means that you have to let go of some things in the past. There is no changing the past. So the clinging, there feels like there's a clinging to this pile, and it's really weighing you down. It's really weighing you down, pile number 2, with the 5 of Swords. I'm hearing Halsey. I still let everyone down when I change in size. And I went tumbling down trying to reach your height, but I scream too loud when I speak my mind. Devil in me. I don't want to wake it up, the devil in me. Because some of you feel like maybe you're going to have to fight. But this is telling you with the Chariot that this is all to me about integrating the other side to yourself, your shadow self, the part of yourself that you know is there and it's there really strong, but you've been afraid to show it. Go ahead and show it and allow that to propel you and move you forward into this new life. This is a transformational process. You have to kind of go through that, where you're completely changing out lives, almost, it feels like, but it's going to carry you through. And I think you might be surprised with the momentum with which it does carry you through. So Devil in Me and starts with Goodbye by Carrie Underwood, and Devil in Me is by Halsey. So I want to make sure there's nothing else I'm getting. This feels like a really big message, pile number 2. If that does resonate and you feel comfortable sharing that in the comments, I would love to know if it does resonate. And I wish you guys all the best. If that did resonate, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys. Okay, pile number 3. This feels very similar to pile number 2, although I was getting much more specific messages for that. And it feels like you guys maybe are approaching this a little different than that pile. Maybe it's similar energy. But with this, I'm getting that there is a situation here, and it's been like kind of, it's warming, like it's lit this fire and it's been warming up, and you know, how long is this lady going to be able to sleep under this like burning mattress? Do you know what I'm saying? It's like something like that. And maybe it's with the person, with the Queen of Wands, but it feels like you are undergoing some kind of upheaval, or you need that. Some of you guys need to break a contract, but there's just no real good way to do that. It feels like you feel stuck, or you feel tethered, and that could be because of some kind of material situation. Like I said, some kind of contract maybe. But whatever it is, it's starting to feel just kind of toxic. It's something that you really don't want. And you've got the Queen of Cups down here. It feels like you have this internal dream, and you're like waiting for it to come out, and that's something that you really want for it to come out. But in order to do that, you've really got to shift gears and switch directions. So having the Flame card come out with this Preserve card, I'm actually getting kind of a different message for this, because sometimes what this like Pine energy can represent is like asking us what we want to preserve, or like, can we preserve the essence of something? And I'm feeling like with this Flame, that's what it is. It's like, and I'm also hearing Jeremiah, I'm a star. Now that I got the torch, I'm gonna keep the flame. And that's all, that song's called I'm a Star. Like, it's all about, I thought I told you, I'm a star. You see the ice, you see the cars. So some of you guys, it's like you do want to be a star. You want some kind of public recognition with the Queen of Wands. You want to be out in the spotlight in some kind of way. And, but in order to do that, you have got to break a contract. You've got to shake things up with the Eight of Wands, and maybe feels like kind of sudden. Some of you guys have to really be direct and speak your truth about something, or your opinions. But I feel like with this Pine, like I said, it's talking about preserving this flame. That's what your soul wants you to do, because maybe you're not making a lot of moves externally during the month of April. Pile number 3 with the Four of Swords. You're more pulled back, and you look very dormant on the face of you, but you're doing a lot of the inner work, and your soul's wanting you to preserve this flame, because I feel like for some of you, you're getting inundated with some kind of information. I'm just hearing white noise, static white noise, things that just are not important. So somebody could be trying to control you, control your thoughts, and it's just saying, don't fall for it. Go within, really, really pull your energy in. Don't listen to all this white noise, all this static energy. Like, just be your own self, because you feel like you have this new beginning coming. This, again, like pile number 2, there was a lot of like birthing energy and imagery that was wanting to come through, and it's the same in this pile with the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. But it also feels like maybe some of you feel like you need to be alone in order to do that. There's a lot of things really to consider, and you're trying to get your energy right in order to do that. This is kind of a blending of piles number 1 and pile number 2, with the whole getting your energy right thing. But you do feel like a strong sense of love in some way, but you know, this can also be conception too. And then you've got this little pregnant Queen of Cups down here. But it feels like something's growing inside of you, pile number 3. A baby, an idea, an alien, a gas bubble. I'm not really sure. I'm kidding. So your soul wants you to preserve this flame here in a second, because it's going to build up and it's going to cause some kind of momentum. Look at all this cups energy. I just see you happy in the future and creative. This has strong creative energy. And what's coming out of preserving this flame is you are going to become this Queen of Wands person. This came out in one of the other piles too. I don't know. If you were drawn to any of the other piles, definitely check whatever one that is out. This to me speaks of timing. And it's saying like, wait until the time is right. So pile number 2, like the message was more, it's time. You know, it's time. It's just a matter of strategy. Where this one, it's like, whatever this is that you want to do, whatever this is that's growing inside of you, the time is going to come. But what you need to preserve is like your own self-sovereignty, your own thoughts around it, your own passion in some way. And purifying that. Keeping whatever this is, like your own pure motives and intentions, like alive. Because in the past, you could have actually, maybe your plans got derailed in the past for some reason. Like you were going to make this move, but now it's telling you to wait. It seems like the world is telling you to wait. Because you're stuck in something. Yeah, you're waiting for something to change. I'm hearing waiting on the world to change. So yeah, like you have to like stuff this down, it feels like, for now. That's what your soul is saying. So it's just saying, yeah, you're gonna have your chance. You want to grow, you want to expand. Some of you want to travel. It's just saying, just wait a second here. Manifest it. Allow yourself to manifest. Go dormant on the top. Somebody could be trying to influence you, pile number 3. They could be just trying to get, I'm hearing earworm. They could just be trying to get into your brain and trying to sway your little flame here. But Spirit is saying, keep this protected. It's just white noise. You do you, you keep you. And whatever you want to do, it's going to come through you out into the world. So I feel like, yeah, you guys are just bored and you're waiting. That's what the soul focus is for April. This is wild because it feels like similar energy to pile number 2. It's just almost the exact opposite message. This actually makes pile number 2 make a lot more sense to me. I hope that I hope they're not confused with the message that they got. Because in the future, you're going to have a message come in and it's going to be very loving if you wait. It'll be very loving. It could be an offer. It could be just like you're flirting with the idea of something. Something could start really small. And that's what it's saying. All you need is a flame. I'm hearing all you need is the faith the size of a mustard seed. So, yeah, your advice is to tend to your responsibilities, take your time, really think about the future, go ahead, indulge yourself in daydreaming, but make sure that you're balanced in order to do that. You're balancing out your energies. That was a pile number 1's message. They were balancing out their energies. So yeah, and for pile number 1, and it looks like maybe for you guys as well, but for pile number 1, I really felt like there was something coming in May and probably early on in May. I feel the same for you. It's like you're waiting through the month of April, but maybe something's coming in the month of May, and it actually could be very quiet. Like pile number 1, I was like, you guys have to sense that there's this big tidal wave that's trying to come in, like you've got to sense that. With you guys, you might not so much sense it. And that's why your soul wants you to focus on like tending to this little flame and making sure it doesn't go out, because you might start getting a little hopeless, you might start feeling a little depressed, because I feel like you guys are kind of more antsy, where you really want to grow. You want to put something out there. You want to hear back from something as well too, maybe some of you. Because it feels like you've waited long enough on something, pile number 3. But so your advice here with the Knight of Pentacles is to stay. It's to bide your time. The time will come. And the offer, the signal that it's time to do whatever this is that you're going to do, to make whatever move you're going to make, to give birth to whatever this is, it's going to be small. It's like pile number 1, it was in like a lion, out like a lamb. This is coming in like a lamb, and it might go out like a lion, right? And lion is like being in the spotlight. So yeah, you guys, it's like letting whatever your passion is fill your mind with good thoughts. That's what your soul focus is. Let me just see if I can't get anything else, because some of you're just feeling tethered to something. Yeah, like whatever this is, it was like it really caught your attention. You were like, I really want to move towards this. The devil came out again, of course. You have just competing interests. You have things that you have to tend to. That's what it is. And you're just waiting to bust out of it. That's really the vibe of this pile. So yeah. And your soul is confirming you are waiting for the green light, for the go ahead with spirit. Pile number 2 had the green light. They had the green light there. This pile's still waiting on it. The flame, maybe this is for someone, for a relationship. Yeah, look at all this waiting energy and tamping down your desires. That's really what this is. Yeah, you've got to be strategic. And look, we've got a set here. So some of you guys, like, yeah, you're going to get this person. This is your person, but you've got to be strategic about it, because there is something that's precarious. And I feel like part of it is timing. Pile number 3, like you got to get through this mountain pass here, and mountains are always obstacles. So you've got to like strategize around that. For others of you, it's like, it's an opportunity, it's a business partner, somebody that you want to work with, something like that. But, and it is like maybe an integration of sorts. There's a lot of fighting energy that I was getting when I was trying to clarify the Page of Cups. I got the 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So I'm wondering if there's going to be a lot of like chaos and turmoil around whatever this is, but pages are children and messengers, so. Yeah, let me just get cards. Yeah, you're like ending the cycle. It just feels like you're moving through molasses. Like there just keeps being roadblocks in your way, and you're just getting really frustrated. So I'm sorry if you wanted like some different soul focus, but it's like, it's just telling you to hold tight, to keep that flame alive inside of you. But let's see what energy you can move towards, and then what energy you can move away from. Okay, so move towards this thief energy, sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. I really get that somebody's trying, like maybe it's multiple people, but there's like, they're trying to permeate your peace. They're trying to get inside, like the water is trying to get inside the boat, you know? So shedding the light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. And then to lean away from this father energy, dictatorial control, abuse of authority. Don't try to control the situation, pile number 3. I feel like you're along for the ride. The only thing that your soul wants you to worry about is just keeping whatever this flame is, just keeping it alive. So yeah, like what to lean towards is this monk nun, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. And then what to lean away from is embracing negative causes or committed to something for personal gain. Like try to take yourself out of it, pile number 3, if that's at all possible. Like, or not to focus on like what it is that you have to gain. Because that's just going to keep you in that more like impulsive energy, I feel like. I don't know. I feel like I want to get more information for this pile. I'm just going to pull a couple more cards and then we'll call it done. So yeah, what is pile number 3, soul focus? Trust. I will accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. It's just trusting the process right now. And it has to do with timing and trusting that the blocks and the restrictions are all there for a reason. Trusting that anything that's like kind of gotten in the way is there for a reason. And probably that reason is to preserve the heart of something. So like that the change, whatever change this is, isn't completely destructive. It's actually like preserving the heart of something. I'm sorry, I can't shuffle. Yeah, peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. Doubt. I release all the need to know the answers. Yeah, so that's your big soul focus is you don't have to know. It doesn't look like the path is clear for you right now, but trust that the path will open up. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Yeah, so there could be some fear here and a purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Some of you, it's like, it feels like you're very driven towards a goal. You're just chomping at the bit to move towards it, and you're going to get the green light. And Spirit is saying, even when you get that green light, it's probably going to come in soft and quiet and unassuming in some way. And that actually might be important. It actually might be there to preserve the peace, because maybe if it came in more overt, there would be a lot of fighting and things like that. It could just be an opportunity to like further something that you like to do. Yeah, and to move away from guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Because you have some kind of guilt over a failure, and I'm hearing failure to launch. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Yeah. So that's your soul focus. Pile number 3 is just to trust the process, to surrender, to let go, to keep whatever this flame is that you want to do, whatever that is, to keep it alive. If it's a relationship, if it's, for some of you guys, it's like you want to be out in the spotlight. You know, you have some kind of, and I think that was also talked about in like one of the other piles. If you were drawn to one of the other piles, definitely check those out. Some of you guys need to travel for whatever this is that you're going to do, and the time's maybe not right. For a lot of people in the world, it's not right, but it will be. So it's just saying you're really just biding your time. That's really what this is. You know, and I'm realizing we had temperance here. We had the devil card over here, and that comes after temperance. So maybe you're just waiting for that devil energy to shift or move in some way. So yeah, so being self-contained is another thing, pile number 3, being self-contained. Because your spirit is moving you into position for something. And it's all about timing, divine timing. All right, that's what I have for you guys, pile number 3. If that resonated, please let me know in the comments if you feel comfortable. And like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye, guys.